What? Are you all right? Another dream?
Yeah.
What's going on?
No, I had a dream. And it was awful. Normal, whatever.
Okay.
I saw my mom in it, and then...
You saw her?
Yeah.
Like a physical form?
Yeah. And then I just woke up, and I just tried to send her, talk to her, and she responded.
Okay. She did, what did she say? More context.
She said Imogen.
So she's alive?
I mean, she's got to be, right? If she's responding, she's got to be.
I mean, this is wonderful. Maybe she's at Eos. Maybe she's... That was where she was last seen.
I should send her, I should talk to her, I should send her something else.
This whole time? What if she... It's been her in your dreams?
Well, I mean, I've always heard her voice.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Fern punches in her sleep sometimes. It's,
I think she's awake.
all right, well, yes, as you say, how are you feeling about it? I mean...
Well, I mean... You know, I haven't really processed that just yet.
Sure.
I'm just gonna...
Here, let me, just think about it for a second. I do sort of my usual routine. I go and pour a little glass of nice cold water, bring it over to her. And deep breath.
Just gonna send a message.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Are you all right? Where are you? Are you... Is there... Where have you been?
Just kind of let the final words linger and hope for a response. The anxiety begins to build in fear that that might be the last of it. Then you hear her voice come through again. I'm fine, Imogen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how long I've been gone. I'm okay. Are you okay?
If I'm being honest, things are hard. You might know that already, though. Where are you? I want to see you. Can I see you?
It's great. It really drives. Where are you?
Yeah.
Doctor. Yeah.
I'm okay. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's hard. I'm sorry for cursing you with this burden. I left because I was a danger. I couldn't stay without knowing what I am.
Did she say? What did she say?
Begin to hear her voice in your head once more. She casts a sending spell in your direction.
She's got powers. She's not... I don't know what powers. She's a monk.
You can't see me because you need to stay safe. And the further from me you are, the safer you'll be. Far from me, in this destiny,
This destiny has caught up with me, regardless of where you are physically. It's all happening. I could use your help. And your knowledge.
Another sending spell comes to you from her. I love you, Imogen. More than you'll ever know. And that's why you have to run away from me, Imogen. As far as you can. Run.
I'm tired of running, Mother.
You're all right. She didn't say where she was, did she?
She says she's a danger. But I don't see how she could possibly be more dangerous than Odahan.
I'm sorry. Truly. We're going to find out about this one way or another. Whether she helps us or not.
Yeah.
I just hope. Because I care so deeply about you, that this doesn't open up more wounds and cause more harm than good.
Laudna, you're back. I can't possibly be sad right now. We'll figure it out.
Of course. And I don't plan on going anywhere. Again. Ever.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
We were just gonna come down there, actually, to make sure you were okay.
Why are y'all all bloody?
Had a bit of a
Blood is this.
little bit of trouble, but we're all right for the time being.
The moon flared red, ruinous. That's not normally a problem for me, but I guess it is now. It brought out
Beast. All right.
A little different than you were a bit unreachable, you know, and he attacked us.
You all right?
Yeah, my mom's alive.
what?
Yeah. She's alive.
Did you
Wait, what?
dream that?
Yeah. And then I talked to her. And then that's pretty much it. She wouldn't say where she was. But she's tied up in all of it. I know she is.
Amazing.
My question is, how many of us might turn on us?
Raise your hand if you think you might turn on everybody in the group at some point.
This is a problem,
I
right?
definitely would not.
You are actually the one I worry about most.
You've exploded.
You shady bitch.
You've exploded
Never.
before.
Clearly hiding
Never.
something. Get your hand up.
You've exploded. I tried to kill somebody. You tried to kill us.
I still don't know what's going on with Delilah.
It wasn't me.
Exactly.
It was Hamilton.
Oh,
but, you know.
God.
I don't think you have to worry about me. Orm's gonna limp out of the room and go back up to deck.
So wait, Orm's the best of us.
We knew
essentially,
that,
right?
right?
We do.
I think we did know that.
What about you? No, it's just your moral compass.
Yeah,
It's just
no,
a
any
little off.
moment she could
What?
It's
What do you
true.
mean? I would never.
You're like me, except likable. Don't even.
Thank you.
But also, doesn't it feel like every good thing that happens to us, there's a bad thing that happens? Like,
What do you mean?
well, we we lost Laudna. We gained Laudna. We
lost Esteros.
We lost Esteros. We
gained his airship.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call that a positive, but like, you found out your mother's alive, and then Chetney tries to kill everybody. You know, it's
You're still part of this conversation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, be there for each other. All of us is gonna be best friends and like this. Make sure it's gonna be gravy, eh?
You're so cute.
Oh, speak for yourself, eh?
That's another thing. Like, I just found out that I've got a soul, and then this thing is alive now too. So like, it's like a good and a bad. It's
like, does Pete have a soul?
I don't know, but the fact that he is alive and sentient makes me question whether my soul is worth anything
valid?
either. It's like, what if am I just that with metal?
No.
All these
How do
late
you
night
know?
existential questions.
How do you know? What if I'm just that with a wheel?
All of us are just that.
Like, that's a negative.
All of us are that.
I mean, it's just a meat puppet. That's basically what we all are. That's what we've been telling you.
I guess I just.
You're a meat puppet without the meat.
But I guess I just expected more meaning.
Well, meaning is. It's just what you make of it. It's just what you apply to your own life. It's not gifted or jettisoned upon you. You just have to carve it out of your own being.
That's true. Maybe.
Patty, do you have a soul?
I don't know, I've only been alive for a few days.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Up top, sitting on the front of the ship, are both moons up or just Ruidus?
Both moons are up, but Katha's like 60% waning.
Okay, so Orm has been sitting quiet for a couple of minutes, and eventually pulls out the sending stone. And on the front of the ship, just sitting with his feet dangling off. Hey. Eos bound. Found them. They're killers. Bigger than we thought. Real rough, Dorian. Esteros is dead. Glad you're not here. Wish you were anyway.
We keep calling you the good one. It feels a little unfair. I know you're not okay, but I don't know. Is this feeling like too much? All of this?
Probably.
I definitely, I don't know, I didn't sign up for this shit, but, I mean, if we live, there's definitely going to be things that I'm going to ask your help with in my life, and, I hope we're at the point where you would ask for help if you needed it.
I think we all have our own version of this. It's rough, you know, there hasn't really been any kind of a break in a long time. For you, I know.
Yeah, a very long time. Although, again, this is, I don't know, is it a break to, you know, finally have some introspection? I don't feel like who I was not that long ago. I'm starting to think about things I thought I never would, and not big on new people, not big on human contact, general anything. And now this.
Orm's gonna really, like, carefully and purposely raise his hand up and...
Yeah, no, we're good. Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I can do it every single day. And I just keep waking up and trying to honor the people that I left behind. And now you all. But I doubt it every day, and the only way that I manage to keep going is to look to you guys. I'd be up Schitt's Creek by myself. I was by myself. It's not great.
Anyway, you should go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep, and you look like shit, and so you should go to sleep.
Hey, hold up.
Yeah.
And Warren gives him a big bear hug the size of a halfling.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, yeah.
Sorry, I know that's a double-edged sword.
Oh, yeah, no, it's good to be appreciated, I will admit.
Because we can, I will say you do get a response from Dorian, but as it's not a pressing message, I'll actually reach out to Robbie and have him record it and have him play it next time we play. I think that'll be more fun than me just making it up on the spot. You hear like a heavy smack just outside of visual shot.
A smack.
Bird strike.
Can hear him off to the left.
I'll go look over the
You
side.
glance over the side, and you see there's what looks to be a collection of probably a dozen or so kind of small dog-sized bird creatures that are like all kind of like a flock of them flying up to the side of the airship, and 3 of them are like onto the side.
Oh no!
The one that's looking up towards you, you can see it has these like thin arms and long wings, like leathery wings that come off of it, and has these creepy like dark beady black bird eyes with a hooked beak, and this kind of odd like frill across its neck as it looks up to you and goes and starts like climbing up towards you.
I'll
What do you
scream to the others. We got bird dogs, but they're cute and bad. we got problem. Come help me.
As it climbs, kind of flutters its wings a little bit to kind of catch up a little bit of speed in your direction, and it's going to go ahead and attempt to bite at you with its beak.
Go ahead.
That is going to be a 16.
That's my armor class.
That just hits you. As it kind of streaks up and bites you, you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Well, all right.
I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution?
That's
Correct.
a strong beak. Here's a metal chassis.
4 + 4? That's terrible. That's 8.
Okay. So it strikes you, and you kind of like back away from it and push it off as it kind of climbs over the top of the deck. As you pull away, your limbs are getting harder to move, and the coloration of your metal oddly is starting to turn to like from that bright bronzish yellow to like a dull gray coloration.
Oh. Wait, what?
Gray.
No.
Wait, are these petrifying birds? What? What?
They petrify?
We don't know.
You seem to be growing sluggish, and you are restrained.
Lackadaisical burn.
You can see like one of the other ones that's like climbing up the side here as it's squawking, and then something pulls it out of view.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck!
Oh no.
And this is when you realize that they weren't attacking the ship, they were fleeing to it. As these massive, like almost bestial, weird, like scaled claws hit the side as wings, big white leathery wings kind of as it pulls up, and you see what looks to be a dragon head and a lion head and a goat head as it climbs up onto the ship right there. By the way, Ronan picked this. I asked Ronan what monster he wanted you guys to fight next.
He has a obsession with these guys right now, so I thought.
I just thought about the Chimera, and he was like, Chimera. I'm like, all right, man, we're doing it. Laudna, you're up with FCG on deck.
immediately going into my form of dread.
Okay, go ahead and roll your bit.
So yeah, Lana kind of like drops on all fours and starts to, you hear the sound of like wood creaking as her flesh starts to turn into like an old rotted bark and branches sprout from her shoulders. And
that's cool!
What?
That is cool.
Imogen is gonna look around and sees all the chaos happening around her, and all of a sudden she closes her eyes and opens them back up, and they're bright red.
Ooh, what?
And as she just closes her eyes to all of it, she puts her hands to the side of her head, and next to her, a red entity starts to form.
Okay. You all watch as this odd little pocket in the air just kind of seems to flare like a spiral of red energy, and as it empties outward, this creature pulls through, made of like red material. It looks humanoid, but it's not fully there. It just kind of like wisps of red energy. It has kind of an elongated head, almost like it kind of stretches back wider and longer than though thin at the front, than a human skull. Like a half xenomorph, if you will.
Do spell.
It's a red panda. It just kind of emerges.
Excuse me.
What
You could just
mean?
summon something else?
It's semi-transparent, and it just kind of like stands there and kind of like glides into space next to Imogen.
And I'm gonna look over at it and just think at it. Attack.
Looks over at you, like you don't see features. There's no eyes, no face. It's just like red energy that's kind of like wispy and not fully there as it kind of turns back and goes to strike towards the creatures.
19 total.
19. How do you want to do this? So this is a massive ballista bolt. It's about more or less 5.5, almost 6 feet long, like solid metal with like a hooked blade at the front.
Almost point blank range.
And
right.
it's like 10 feet from you. You just release it.
I'm just gonna make a kebab. So it's just gonna go straight through and then straight through the dragon's mouth.
Okay. It starts to fly up a bit, and then suddenly the rest of you hear this ting, and watch as its wings just out, like heavily, and the impact of it sends it tumbling up and over the edge.
Damn.
And it just limply falls out of the sky like a gnat that was swatted, and you watch it just vanish into the sky below and off the side.
Yeah, when I made my way through the Flocat Alps and into the northern part of the Savalier Wood back in where I came from, I came across another group of people like me, and Rudina, she always said, like, you learn from the wisest, but there's a pecking order, and you had to kind of earn your place. It didn't go well before, so I'm hoping for some instruction, maybe.
Did they kick you out?
Kind of.
Did they kick your ass?
No. But I was given a kind of a warning. Kind of an ultimatum.
What do you mean? What kind of an ultimatum?
Elaborate.
Well, they consider it a gift, but it's something they keep kind of, contained. So if you're careless with it, or if it starts to spread, they'll rein that in sometimes.
So if you would have potentially bitten.
Yeah, that would be bad. I think it's transmit. That's how I got it.
You were bitten?
Yeah.
By who?
By Gurge?
No, I was just trapping for food in the Savalier Wood. I made my way south out of Uthadern, and so I was just living, doing my own surviving.
So then would that werewolf be in trouble for spreading it since they bit you?
Oh, I killed that werewolf.
How?
Well, I'm pretty crafty, but he was already a little fucked up. Anyway, he bit me, I killed him, and then he changed back, and that seemed strange. And then there was a group of people that I think were hunting him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like post-mortem, he changed back?
Yeah.
And then did the hunters hunt you instead?
No, I think that's kind of where the choice comes in. They give you a chance to, try and control it or see if it's gonna go the wrong way. Some people just lose themselves to it, I guess. They get so excited by the primal nature of it, You can see.
Do you have? All right.
Classical.
The howl is
That do it for you, Lana?
piercing and at the same time resonant. It cuts through your bodies to the point where you feel kind of the bassy vibration as well as the higher end. Nothing.
I'm sure it takes a minute.
Maybe the
Maybe
thunder
we
is
all
like
should
drowning you
howl
out.
with you.
I suppose it's just my pride. You can all join too on the count of 3. 1, 3.
That one sounded hurt.
That's a baby.
Different sounds all seem to echo at distances you're unaware of. Far, but just barely audible by your acute hearing senses.
I take out pate. I used to do this with you all the time.
Yeah?
Do an interpretive dance for me.
You throw him in the fire?
Dance for Mama.
Shit, Mama.
Sing for me. Make a little shadow puppets on the wall. Do a little dance.
All right. Just give me a theme. Something to work with.
Oh, all right. Well, you know we're in this old tower where there used to be a war back in the Apex War.
Yeah.
So give me a tale of battle and death and horror.
All right. I need some music.
Okay.
It just goes into starts going into this
Thank you.
this oddly disjointed, horrifying, but beautiful journey of. No, it's real bad. It's incomprehensible. You can't. At times, you think either he's dancing or he's having a physical issue. You're uncertain, but he seems into it at the very least. And you see, as stepping out of the rain, hood up, a humanoid figure, wide shoulders. Looks like in one hand is a giant hammer. Just this massive iron head on it, and this like tightly leather wrapped long handle. It's probably close to 7 feet long. It looks to be about a 6.5 foot tall figure. It steps through, and you can see what looks to be dark gray brown hide armor. The cloak itself is a jet black coloration, and beneath the hood you can see what looks to be the snout of a deep red-orange tiger.
Deep red-orange tiger?
What?
Tiger.
I come seeking an audience with.
I spelled this terribly.
Davashila? Davashela?
Kind of like looks around the rest.
You found her.
Awesome.
It's an honor. I've never met her. You're beautiful. So sorry, I was set by Ajit Dial back in Drusar.
How do you say the name?
Davashila, I think? I'll have to look at the spelling again.
We're in Drusar. I come from Wild Mountain. I was told that the Gorgine might be someone that could share some wisdom or insight into my condition. I too am like you.
You see what looks to be 5 other figures kind of surrounding your troop. You see one lithe, thin, what looks to be a panther lycanthrope with jet black fur, one kind of milky white eye, and what looks to be dark brown leathers with 2 short swords kind of out to the sides that just kind of like leans in. You also see, dressed in pale gray leather with metallic bracers, another werewolf. This one with a wide back and what looks to be like a stocky center. And this one has a heavy crossbow in its grasp and just kind of like leans forward.
I am living right now.
Beyond that, you see another werewolf, one massive wereboar with like a dark gray, kind of wiry, tufted fur across its body and a large snout with tusks that curl outward, as well as what looks to be a massive bipedal grizzly bear of a man.
We're in Centaur world.
More or less.
This is awesome. I say in my head to everybody.
Show me your true self.
Yeah, bitch! And I'll grab my thighs and like Magic Mike, I just fucking and I just start like a fucking flash dance. And I pull, I go over, I pull on a branch, and like rain falls down.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Yes.
He's gonna
live forever.
You're standing there, the head kind of cocked to one side.
Sure.
I go to the panther. And, hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
I'm Lodna.
I'm Manad.
Manad.
Minad.
Kind of grins, and you can see there's like a kind of starkly green eyes, and just kind of a warm smile that when you get up close, you kind of see there's kind of a half-cocked DreamWorks grin to this panther.
You know, I have a scary form too, but it's not like werewolf stuff. But I can be scary if that's more like appropriate.
I mean, I ain't gonna get in front of you. Just go for it.
Oh. Okay, so I get on him.
Does it make you heavier?
I don't know. Does it? I'm a former drum maker. I'm made of paper.
I was gonna say you probably weigh like 10 pounds wet.
Yeah. I wrap my arms around him, and I put my hands together, and I transform, and they kind of meld around his rib cage to almost make like a bark shape around him, like a bark skin armor, as I latch onto him.
Not gonna lie, kinda hate it, kinda into it. Welcome to Baranak.
And rounding a bend, you can just see a glimmer of this firelight, kind of just refracting off the wetness of the nearby trees. And turning around this kind of rocky hillside, you see before you a collection of elaborate jungle tree houses and huts connected by rope bridges and ladders. It is a village, a uniquely built mid-jungle hidden society with, at an initial glance, 2 to 3 dozen people seem to be in the process of gathering around what looks to be a central, small collected fire pit. This place has gardens that are cultivated and looks like elements of small farmland that have been kept here in the middle of the jungle with all sorts of root vegetables and such that are just starting to sprout. This is a commune here amongst the natural space. As you step in, some people begin to stand up and turn around, and as they turn around, rapidly spinning, you can see some of them like grow wider for a second before they shrink back down to their more humanoid form and kind of give a wave to the hunting pack as it arrives with the rest of you. If you come here to, and you see now here in like the firelight of the central fire of the village, she really kind of takes a full inspection of you. You hold yourself like you have seen some training, and I can see scars along your body. This is not your first encounter with Hemocraft, is it?
No. No, it's not.
You have taken the Hunter's Bane already.
I have.
Huh. Well then. Welcome to the Gorgine. Now, there is much to learn and much to train. Many weeks to work on how we can hone your abilities and tackle the seed of this discomfort and uncontrolled beast within.
Weeks? You don't happen to have like a weekend seminar or, like a downloadable PDF?
These words make no sense to my ears.
Sorry.
We are, if anything, beings that embrace the nature of the hunt, under the guidance of Sayadon. And you sort of like gesture over towards that stone statue that you hadn't really gotten a good look at. And now that you look over towards it and your eyes have adjusted to the modicum of light that exists here, it is a 12-foot tall stone sculpture. It looks to be semi-humanoid, semi-bestial, and it's simple. It isn't extremely well detailed, but it definitely strikes now in this light what looks to be an arched back with arms out, with multiple heads, almost like 3 various bestial heads all howling or growling upward. You're unable to make out what sort of beast forms they may be, but it definitely has this kind of natural predator aesthetic to its body. In one hand, you see what looks to be like a heart, just resting within its clawed grasp. And the other, a growing sapling. I think there is something we could try.
That's great. That's great.
I do not know if you are ready for it, as I make no promises. Do you hold yourself in high esteem when it comes to your constitution and will?
Oh, yeah. Willpower is like 10 out of 10.
Well then, I appreciate confidence. Rest now. Stay here for the night. For in the morning we will walk to the temple of Sayadon, Zavrola. And if you are lucky, the spirit will meet with you. And it will either excise this itch or excise you.
That sounds... I would be honored. I'm up to the task.
Good. You care about this one.
You can speak freely, it's okay. You want to hurt my feelings?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And if he were to lose his way, you would not hesitate to put him down.
Oh.
Feel bad about it later.
But yeah, we would definitely take him down.
Good. That's confidence on both sides.